Hello, hello, hello. This is OV Transport Guy coming to you guys live. So I am working game day today for Texas A&M. If you can see the shirt, maybe. So I guess the first thing that I would say, this is one of these days where you definitely can make some good money. But there's a disclaimer with that too. One of the disclaimers is patience. You're going to be in traffic. You may have to deal with some weird people. So I just finished the morning run because we had an early game today. So I just finished the rush hour. And I was waiting in a lot of the traffic. Wasn't terribly too bad. People polite. They know they've got to wait. It's just a waiting game. That's just kind of how it is. However, I plan to work 3 sections of this today. Obviously, I did the morning. I'll do as they are getting out, which will be about 2 or 3 o'clock, and then the nighttime. And so I take my breaks and stuff like that with doing it. And guys, I'm kind of moving because I am driving at the moment too. So I'm not like directly looking in the camera. I still have my focus on the streets and the mapping and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not doing anything dangerous as far as that goes. However, now going back to just some specific things, I am using obviously Uber platform. I'm not using my own platform now for something like this. If you're gonna run games, stuff like that, unless you have specific clients. But if you just pick them up random people, especially if it's a lot of them, because I can get about 6 people in here, you know what I'm saying? Although some of the students try to cram in here. Know how many people you want in your vehicle. Sometimes you don't with the Uber platform. So that's kind of what you're gonna get. So 5, 6 people I get here. Just know for certain if you're working games, you can get people, they may be, drunk or inebriated before and definitely after or in between. So you definitely want to make sure you know kind of what the expectations are. Split your stuff up if you work in a game day. Now I'm in College Station, so the market is real good. The travel is not really hard on your gas tank. That's the good part about that. And the amount of, like I said, you can make quite a bit good money if you're willing to deal with the traffic and sometimes hyper people, that type of thing. Obviously, it's not something that's for everybody. But split your tires up. Remember, Uber platform, you got about 12 hours. So you're going to need to log off if you're trying to work X amount of hours. You're going to have to do it. You don't want to work a straight 12 through if you're trying to capture the end of the game or towards the end and then towards the night. Because tonight, most people are going to be going to clubs. We got a Northgate over here and, different post games and venues and stuff like they have that. And so that'll literally be going on till about 3, even 4 o'clock in the morning. So you got to expect that. And I'm going to show you guys, some of the past, at least one particular pass at night, what you may have to encounter when you're picking up people and at the end of a game or going to the club, specifically at the end of the games. So you can kind of know what the expectations are. Now, I will say this. For those that want to make some money, want to, get their foot in under this, today would be a good day. So come on out. You know what I'm saying? When you keep up with games, I would say if you're going to work games, I would say College Station is about the best place to do that at, to where you're not traveling everywhere. For the most part, people are a lot friendlier than, say, with respect, Houston. I mean, Houston's stretched out more. So if you're in traffic there, anybody that lives in Houston, yeah, you are in traffic. Here you got traffic, but it's nothing like a big city like that, because all their sporting events for the most part is going to be downtown, which can be a horror nightmare, you know what I'm saying? And just be honest with you, Uber, most of the time, they're going to get you. They may hit you up with a good rate, maybe, but not all money is good money, too, at the same time. So, yeah, just kind of keep that in mind and keep the perspective on it. But, yeah, look, the more drivers that can come down here, the better, because it just gets too compact. You know, some people say, well, man, you shouldn't be saying all that. Why not? Man, look, there are thousands of people down here. The Cal Stadium alone can hold, if I remember correctly, upwards of 50, 70,000 people, I think. I could be totally wrong on that. And let's just say it holds several thousands of people. There's more people than there are drivers. So by all means, if you got the guts, if you got the patience, if you got the vehicle, and if you got the time, yeah, shoot, man, come on down here and get your ride on. I think what I'll do with big events, maybe the day of, just let people know, hey, if you're a driver, go ahead and do your thing. This is the perfect opportunity, to, make you some pocket change to put in your piggy bank, But guys, too, while I'm saying go ahead and make your little money, if you're trying to do a business, this would be the opportunity to be able to do it here. You never know who you connect with. So while I'm making a little pocket change, I'm still thinking about the infinite gain. The infinite gain being that, I make a little money, but that's a short game. The big thing is getting clients, getting contracts, stuff like that. That's my whole goal of this. So I'll pass up quote unquote big money if I can retain clients and contracts. You got to think about the bigger picture, and that the money that you make, you got to be sure you're not out there trying to make money. The money needs to be, also saying, I want to make sure I'm saying it right, don't go out there and work for money. Let the money work for you. You need to position yourself in that way. What does that look like? Well, most people, they're trying to pay bills, they're trying to get this, that, and the other. But, each dollar, you need to figure out a way, how can I do something with this dollar that I make? How can I build upon it? How can it work for me? And it does take training, it does take time, it takes focus, but you don't want to be the average person either. So even when you're out here working these games, be thinking about, okay, how can I use this and apply this towards my business, towards my entrepreneurship? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing to think about. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people, including myself, that have other things going on that work with platforms like Uber or Lyft. This deal, believe it or not, expands your horizons in terms of being able to make, better business choices. Your clients, it gives you the opportunity to talk to so many different people, getting ideas, where they're coming from, what type of businesses. Ask those questions. If you got a person that is very sociable, can talk and stuff, ask those questions. Ask them, hey, what type of work you do? Stuff like that, things like that. You'd be surprised the opportunity you run across. And good conversation, I can't stress this enough. Fellas, ladies, boys and girls, whatever, you've got to beef up your game in terms of how you talk to people, because at the end of the day, your mouth is what's gonna get stuff or lose stuff, which means is that you've got to build on your vocabulary, on how you talk, how you deal with people. You got to be able to do it, because if you don't do it, you can find yourself in a world of hurt. I'm gonna show you guys kind of what games look like as far as different time, and kind of what the traffic looks like. So and again, with me, yes, I'm doing this, but it is a means to an end. So check this out. I'll get right back to you. Ready?
Should we throw them here?
Do you want to light?
Oh, there we go. Okay, ready?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Diego Maggies! Was that good?
Diego!
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir. All right.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, folks. This is OV back at you. So, yeah, I'm over here at Kyle Field right now. Show you what that looks like over here in College Station. And so I'm actually in the waiting line. This is kind of like 2, and it's about to pick up pretty quick. So yeah, this is kind of where, this is actually at the university. So yeah, one of the reasons why I'm showing this is because folks that's coming down here, this is kind of one of the areas you may be at. I believe this is lot 68, I believe. So, just let the people know. I believe it's either 68 or 60. If you're doing like an early pickup or just kind of a standby, that way that kind of helps the congestion of the traffic. But yeah, anyway, so I'm just starting off with this. And so this is actually my second time coming in as far as doing ride share. If I can get them under my platform with this, that's fine. But if not, then I'll just use Uber again. Makes no difference to me. But this is my second time today. So this probably be maybe like 2 to 4, something like that. And again, guys, the idea here is just to make sure that that your times. Your times. The periods of rest, because the interesting thing about when you're doing something like this in segments, the interesting thing about it, that they're going to get out 2, 3, 4 o'clock, and the students or whatever, they're going to take a break, probably take a bath, maybe rest, and then they're going to go back at it again at night. So in the expectation time, about that time, when that starts off, is usually about roughly 8:30, that type of thing. And that'll be Uber unless, I get, a special type of request. Now, to be honest with you guys, just so you know, and I did it like an experiment yesterday to prove this point that I was actually proving. I talked to 2 people yesterday that wanted me to do a private drive. The problem is one had been drinking, and the other one looked like he's getting close to being drunk. He's still clear-headed, and the lady, she talked a lot and stuff. Again, that's fine. And I told him about my business, and I gave him my business card. I explained what I kind of do. And, of course, they both give me the kudos. But I told them both this. I wasn't acting desperate. I told them, hey, this is what I do, and I have clients already. You know what I'm saying? I just went into, how I operate and stuff like that, giving them basic detail. And, hey, if you want to check out my stuff, look at the QR code. On that note, let me show you guys this. So this is my stuff, okay? And then, of course, the QR code and my name's on the back of it, along with the company and stuff. And so I give them that QR code. They show my website and service I offer. So I don't have to go into all that, very briefly. And one thing that I also do, I don't act desperate, I mean, there's thousands of people here, You're warned. If you don't want my service, oh well, there are thousands of others that will. somewhere in the very, very near future. And that's the way your thinking got to be. You got to be confident to know, hey, this is how it's going to be, all right? So, needless to say, going back to those two, because I don't want to go down rabbit trail, neither one of them called me, and I already knew they weren't. Unfortunately, I do my stuff through, booking. They call me, one-on-one type of thing versus driving company like Uber or Lyft. You can book it. It's so much easier, and kind of where they're located at, there's drivers right there. You know what I'm saying? And they may charge a cheaper rate. That's fine, And I tell anybody, this is how I hate to use the word slick, right? But this is kind of how I operate, right? I say, look, if for whatever reason you get a better deal with Uber or Lyft, that's fine. Yeah, if you get a better deal with Uber or Lyft, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Maybe next time, because I don't want to rip you off on anything. So that's how I operate. And I will get back with you guys, because I got a gentleman getting ready to come up here momentarily. He's actually looking for me. Well, at least they were. They canceled. Oh, well, it is what it is, right? But again, ride or cancel, right? Yeah, so it's like, okay. But again, so the whole point is don't take it personal, okay? Even with the game day events like this, somebody's going to ride. And here's the thing that you want to think about, and I got to reiterate this. Don't push yourself over the edge. Don't go begging. You don't need to do all that. If you want to explain your business briefly, okay? But, hey, if they don't want to hear it, okay. All right. And what I do is be like, I kind of know how to kind of close it when I kind of read between the signs of, okay, this person's not going to go for it, And so I just politely be like, okay, all right, well, hey, you can keep my information. And you know what? I'll talk to you, I'll let them know. Okay. And so I just, see you around, whatever. I mean, I won't say it sarcastically like that, but just kind of like, dude, I don't need you like that. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of fish in the sea. You know what I'm saying? So that's the using reverse psychology in it. You know what I'm saying? They need somebody to pick them up. Okay? Transportation, ride share, private driving, limo service, charter, all that is big business in the economy in the area of transportation. People got somewhere they need to be, want to be, or don't want to be, or don't want to go, or they do want to go. So, by default, they don't feel like driving themselves for whatever reason, so they choose us as drivers, okay? So, market yourself, and scope the area out. Now, one thing that I didn't say was being at this area, there's several spots here in College Station that I can pick up people at on game days like this. I choose this one because you can see them coming across, from the field and stuff like that. And then the thing that I do, when I know I'm about to get a ride, I turn on these seats. I sure will. I turn them on. Because they've been walking. Now, check out, this is a need, right? Their feet probably hurting. Women, they're wearing their boots. Their feet probably hurting. The guys, their back probably hurting. They probably tired. They probably been up. They just want to chill. I'm pretty sure their seats haven't been comfortable. So guess what? I got the massage deal on. It's cool and vehicle. Got plenty of room. Okay. So we good to go. So that's how this works. So this is fairly simple. So we'll just see kind of how that works. I thought this individual was coming to me. And really, I don't try to, do people in or anything like that, So again, for me, this is all about strategy. This gives me the ability to, you know, shoot my shot, pitch my game, you know, check out the prospects, the areas, learn your areas. Whatever market you're at, learn that area really well. Learn your people, look for cues and signs. And I will get back to you guys here in a little bit. And I will talk to you later. I got a lot to cover. I almost don't want to cut this off because I'll be talking too much. You know, but I mean, it is what it is. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye for now. Peace.